Hey guys, what is up? RedPandaMining here. How you guys all doing? I hope you're all doing really well and having a really great day. In this video, I want to talk about a few different coins, mainly Ravencoin, Beam, and Grin. So with Ravencoin, I'm going to be talking about their network hash rate and the prevalence of ASICs on their network, as well as some new algorithms that are being proposed to change to on Ravencoin. Not necessarily called X16R v3, but I'll go through that. And as well as Beam, they've just had a recent halving, and I just want to talk about a little bit of the aftermath and what has changed in their halving, as well as Grin. They have moved to a new algorithm today, as of making this video actually. You guys will see this the next day, called Cuckaroom. And yeah, I'll go through that later. So let me begin with Ravencoin. And I did make a video regarding about this last week, asking about their network hash rate and showing that it has gone from 7 terahash to about 17 or 18. And the price action wasn't indicative or anything to the network hash rate. Like the price of Ravencoin hasn't gone up or down like crazy in order to achieve this kind of hash rate, right? So normally we do see a general slow rise of a network hash rate due to price action, but in this case it's extremely unprofitable now to mine Ravencoin. And whether or not if this maybe could be an ASIC or I'm not sure, FPGA farm, or maybe even GPU farms, like huge GPU farms that are just mining Ravencoin because they believe in it, depending on their electrical cost, if that even is a factor for them. And I did make a straw poll about this on my community page here, asking Ravencoin network hash rate, GPU, FPGA, or an ASIC, and I have the straw poll here, and you guys voted 37 votes for ASICs, 28 votes for FPGAs, and 14 votes for GPUs. And then 8 votes for doesn't matter to me, I'm all about that money, which is really funny. And someone voted for CPUs, which is 100% wrong. But thanks for the votes, guys. That's pretty good. I mean, 100%. I feel like it's ASICs for sure. But I don't have any concrete evidence that this is ASICs on the network. Like I don't have any like pictures or like a document or somewhere showing online that it's an X16R v2 ASIC. But a lot of people in the community, like developers, have mentioned that there are ASICs on the network. All right, so now I want to talk about the proposed algorithms for Ravencoin, or aka X16R v3. All right, so here's one called AlterHash, aka XDAG X16R. And this is by a gentleman named Arson, and I can't pronounce his last name, I'm sorry, from Altered Silicon, which is an FPGA company. So he starts off first talking about ASICs, being very centralized and 51% attacks. And he's talking about the history of Bitcoin, all that kind of stuff, which is all well and good. And I definitely condone everyone to read this whole white paper if you guys are interested. I'll have it linked down in the description below, all right? As well as the other one that I have that was proposed for Ravencoin. Summary for XDAG16R basically is to go towards an algorithm like Ethereum, which has currently called Equihash, as you guys know. And what he says here, Ethereum algorithm Equihash is functioning, and what are the potential flaws which will be fixed to increase the chances of ASICs not having much choice but to use common external memory. So he says here, we will propose solutions to Equihash flaws and how a combination of X16R can solve those problems. All right, so judging by the name, you guys can probably put 2 and 2 together. XDAG16R, they're going to put like the memory dependency of Equihash as well as X16R together as the new algorithm. And there's some talk here regarding about HBM and memory and all that kind of stuff. This is very, very thorough. I am not a coder or a developer myself, so I cannot explain any of these kind of things here. But you guys can read through all this if you guys are interested in that kind of stuff. But here's one of the algorithms that are being proposed. Okay, so XDAG16R. Okay, and then the next algorithm that's being proposed is called E16R and E4R. And from what I've been reading about this, and it's by Whitefire990, I believe he is also a Bitstream developer for FPGAs. And they also want to be ASIC resistant. All right, so that's the quest that they mention here, the quest for a more ASIC resistant Ravencoin algorithm. And what he is proposing here is Equihash. All right, so I believe two different forms or two different Equihash algorithms, E16R and E4R, extraordinarily simple to specify and implement. So these two. That's what he's claiming here, and yeah, I mean, I think it could be interesting. There's some Equihash algorithms here, as you guys know, with NVIDIA cards and Gminer, very popular miner, 192.7, 144.5, 150.5, 125.4. So also in this white paper mentions the summary. I'm just gonna read this. Maybe some of you guys will understand. The entire E16R algorithm can be fully specified in 4 sentences. Take the upper nibble of 256-bit hash prev block. Of these 4 bits, the upper 2 bits determine the hash function used to replace Blake2B for this block, and so on and so forth. Of those 4 bits, the lower 2 bits determine the Equihash parameters used for this block, so on and so forth. If the lower 2 bits of the nibble are OOB, 00B, we increase difficulty on this block to 1.665 times nominal to adjust for a slightly faster hash rate on those parameters. So yeah, Whitefire says that's it. Extremely simple with Ravencoin's 60-second block time. Both hash power generator function and the Equihash parameters will change every 60 seconds. Interesting. Very interesting. Now, whether or not, I'm not sure if this is going to be very good on GPU mining or on FPGAs. For profitability, we're not sure. We're not sure until it actually happens, right? So all right, so I want you guys to let me know what you think. I think there were a few other algorithms also proposed, but I couldn't really find those on the Raven Algo Discord. But you guys can go check it out there. It's kind of, you have to ask to be to access the algo channel in the Ravencoin Discord in order to see all that kind of stuff. So, but you guys can go check it out. All right, so now I want to quickly talk about Beam. They just had a halving on January 4th, and now their block reward is 50 Beam per block. And one thing I don't like is that 40 Beam of the block is for the miners, and 10 goes to the treasury, which is kind of weird. But hey, that's fine. And you guys can see the Beam network difficulty since January 4th has dropped considerably. So I'm not sure. I think it's leveled out. Everyone's getting probably the same Beam rewards. Let's see, 400, 300, then it's now back to 200, 198. Yeah, so I'm guessing if the Beam halving for the blocks, everyone must be getting the same amount of blocks that they were before. And it's going to be adjusting to, as you guys can see, how the network of the miners has deployed how much hashing power. So yeah. And whether or not that's indicative also to the price, let's see, the price of Beam, yeah, it did kind of pump before January 4th, 52 cents to 60 cents, so a little bit of hype there, and then sold back down to 52, and then now recently we just had a big spike in the market. It's now 62 cents. Okay. So there we go. That's Beam. That's a little bit I wanted to talk about. Now let's quickly talk about Grin. Grin also moved to a new algorithm today, Cuckaroom algorithm. And this is really the only thing I can find regarding Grin moving towards a new algorithm. All right, so the algorithm for Grin 29 used to be Cuckarood 29, and now it's called Cuckaroom 29. Oh man, that's gonna get confusing. But LolMiner already has it updated, so you guys can mine with this on your AMD cards if you want. And I'm sure Gminer and other ones have been updated as well. Okay, and yeah, so that's pretty much what I want to talk about for Grin. But anyways, my friends, let me know what you think about Ravencoin. Mainly, that's one of the coins that it seems to be a lot of people are interested in. The algorithm and just changing it, right? Because we see this huge parabolic rise for the hash rate, and whether or not that's ASICs or whatever that's on the network, it has to be changed because it's not profitable anymore. There's no incentive for real miners, real people to mine on this coin, and it's all centralized now on central entities. And I've showed the blocks, a lot of the unknown blocks that are being found. It's not being found on the pools, it's being found on centralized entities, right? So let's take a look at, and we can see here, according to miningpoolstats.stream, 74.5% of the network hash rate is unknown. 71 blocks of the last 100 blocks are unknown. That is scary. So must be ASICs or something. Anyways, my friends, I'll see you in the next video. Have a good one, and peace out.